Hey you guys, welcome to Sunshine Haze. As you see tarot cards on your screen, you know it's time for a reading. We are back to the regularly scheduled program. This is your tarot, your lunar, Lord, forgive me, this is your get it out girl, your Sagittarian lunar cycle tarot forecast. So looking at kind of beginning of December through the beginning of January. And this reading is for Aquarius, so Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this reading does not resonate with you, go on and wisdom card fell out as I was shuffling. But if you feel like what I'm saying in this reading is not resonating with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign. I do have a link down in the description box to a playlist with all those videos. Wisdom card fell out as I was shuffling for you, Aquarius, so that does tell me that during this lunar cycle, you will either one, be reflecting and starting to gain the insight that you were supposed to gain from your experiences leading up through this past year, or possibly you will be coming into some new experiences that are going to teach you some life why can't I talk? Air signs always throw me off my game in these videos. I don't know why. Y'all's air energy is just so intense and so wild for me. But anyways, possibly learning from the past experiences or coming into some sort of new opportunities to experience new things that can teach you things that you can take with you through life, okay? Okay, so with that being said, if you're feeling like what I'm saying in this video does not resonate with you, check out your moon and or rising sign. I think I said that already. This is your Sagittarian lunar cycle tarot forecast. Mercury retrograde kind of took my appliances out, so I didn't really have a laptop. With that being said, two more cards fell out before I tell y'all about those. With that being said, I did put up the Scorpio lunar cycle tarot forecast. They are backdated, but if you just want to look at them for reflection purposes, feel free. They are up there. But this is the current tarot forecast that is relevant to the current time, okay? All right, so you've got the body and mind card falling out and also the Queen of Water. Very intuitive card, the Queen of Water here, talking about following your intuition, really tapping back into your sense of self, tapping back into the true you, and really resonating with your spirit and your emotion. Then you've got the body and mind card here. So Aquarius, along with that wisdom card falling out, talking about experience, whatever experiences you're coming into or knowledge you're about to gain from your experiences and then, you know, apply to your wisdom, it is going to bring you to a point to where you are becoming better aligned and kind of opening your third eye, if that makes sense. With this body and mind card, that is understanding the way that you think does have an effect on the physical, and this card being tied to this water energy does bring in that spiritual essence. So just a lot of alignment coming in for you, or a lot of epiphanies or realizations probably coming up for you during this month. It is the end of the year, so probably a very reflective time for you, Aquarius. I wouldn't be surprised if you start realizing things and understanding like, oh, that's how this had an effect on my life, or that's how, you know, I ended up here by way of this, and yada yada yada. Okay. All right, so this is the Sagittarian lunar cycle spread. So as always, we're going to be doing our typical 5 cards. I will be pulling for the energy for you, Aquarius, for this next month. I will also be pulling the crossing energies because we are talking about Aquarius. Well, we are talking about Aquarius, but because we are talking about Sagittarius, we are going to be looking at where you guys need to gain a better understanding or be looking at things more kind of in the light of the bigger picture. And then we'll also be looking at where you need to take a leap of faith, where you need to be a little bit more adventurous. And then as always, we'll be looking at the soul message for you guys here, right? All right, let's go on and shuffle this other deck for you. As I shuffle this deck, let me tell you about the videos that I would like you guys to watch. As this is a Sagittarius lunar cycle, go on and check out that new moon in Sagittarius video. I do have that linked down in the description box as well. I would also suggest checking out the Jupiter in Sagittarius video as well. We've got a lot going on in Sagittarius. Jupiter just transited back into its home sign, so a very expansive, very positive time for us coming up within this next year. Jupiter will be in Sagittarius until, I believe, November of next year, maybe December. I believe November. What else? Jupiter in Sag lunar cycle. We are wrapping up the fall season. Check out those Autumn Equinox tarot forecasts. Those are good until we go into the winter. And then also, although the Mercury retrograde has ended, we are still in the shadow of that chaotic energy. So if you are just wondering what that's gosh, Aquarius, if you're just wondering what that's all about, go on and check out that video too. Everything that I mentioned, I do have links down in the description box. 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands, King of Wands, 3 of Wands, 8 of Swords, feeling trapped, 9 of Wands, pushing through, understanding that it just takes a little bit more work, coming into mastering your energy, and then the 3 of Wands, planning for the future. So Aquarius, whatever you're dealing with, all those cards falling out with this Dreams of Gaia deck, talking about your wisdom, learning through experience, applying that to your life, that whatever you pick up on is going to bring you out of that 8 of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling like, you know, you can't make moves or make the moves that you want to make, but you do have to understand that, as I have been saying in a lot of my videos, change cannot happen without it being initiated. So you do have to put some work in, and understand that it may not be the easiest thing, but you do have to persevere, push through. Pushing through, you are going to master that energy that you need to do the things that you need to do, and you will be able to start building upon the future that you like to see for yourself. But you're going to have to do the work, and the work is going to be continuous. Okay, Aquarius? Hi, Moosh. Hi, girl. All right, so let's finish shuffling and get you your real reading. All right, Aquarius? I think I plugged all the videos that I want you guys to watch. So watch all those videos that I just talked about before the cards were like, no, kick a little game test. Two of Cups fell out too. So cycles, something karmic, whatever you're supposed to be learning as an energy, or whatever you were supposed to have learned is something that you were supposed to be applying to your life, because you're about to move into a new cycle that you were just aligned with. Okay, Aquarius? Whoop, and the Tower sitting on the bottom of the deck. Oh, y'all. Okay. All right, let's stop playing games. Let's get y'all's cards out. Alright, let's cut this deck. Kind of excited to see what's popping for y'all. Okay, Aquarius, what's popping? All right, so for this Sagittarian lunar cycle, Aquarius, you have got the 10 of water. You've got a little bit of 10 energy popping up here. You got a lot of bit of 10 energy popping up here. So new cycles, new beginnings, 1 energy manifestation, independence. Mushi says hello. Hi, kitten. Coming up for you. 10 of water coming up as the energy that you are either supposed to be tapping into or will be tapping into during this lunar cycle here. And this is a card that is also a card of knowledge. It's also a card of understanding. And it is a card of being present and being here and really resonating with the energies that you're supposed to be coming into alignment with. The 10 of water, so it is a water card in this deck, and water is a cleansing agent. It is a cleansing element, and this is a card, if we look at a little bit at her imagery, at the imagery here, she's kind of looking down, her eyes are closed, she's a little bit in the shadows, she's got a little bit of light shining on her, but she is kind of in the shadows, right? This card popping up is talking about, Aquarius, because you've got all of that change energy that was falling out in the beginning, talking about coming into new cycles, into new work, into new action. For you, there are things that you are going to have to do away with, and you cannot do away with them if you do not acknowledge them. This card talks about, you know, acknowledging and giving power to your shadow side, and like just kind of giving power to your flaws, and understanding where you are flawed, and understanding where you are imperfect, and understanding how that in turn does actually make you who you are and has gotten you to the point of where you are. So this may be a little bit of a reflective time for you, but this is The energy coming up in your spread here is really a spread, a energy of cycles, an energy of wrapping things up, more so to speak, and it comes with the energy of wrapping things up so you can move on to the next. That comes in very strongly here with all of this 10 energy, okay? This is a card that comes with a lot of positive energy. Hi, Spanky. All the cats are saying hello, Aquarius. Get out of my water, please. This card comes with a very positive energy, as I said, resonating in the here and now, and I believe that you are supposed to be tapping into that energy, kind of shining a light on your shadows in order for you to release them during this lunar cycle, Aquarius. It is no coincidence, because I don't believe in that, that this is the end of the year, and that naturally this time comes with the energy of shedding skins, of letting go, of getting rid of things, kind of sometimes feeling like taking L's, shadows, but understanding that you do have to release, you do have to shift, you do have to change, you do have to move on from old things that are not serving you or your highest good in order to resonate in this positive aspect of this 10 of water card, okay? You are supposed to be in this very positive, in this very content place coming up in this lunar cycle, feeling like, you know, you are at one with you, if that makes sense, and feeling like you can move forward being who you truly are and doing what you truly love. All right? So, coming up next in your spread, you've got the Justice card crossing this 10 of water energy. So the Justice card is a card that comes with a little bit, it is a card that comes with the energy of wisdom, of understanding the way that things are supposed to be. And as I say supposed to be, I mean that more so along the lines of for you personally. This is a crossing energy. So with all those cards falling out, remember the first card you have falling out was the Wisdom card. And I said you're supposed to be learning something from a past experience, or you're going to be coming into a new experience to which you're supposed to gain some knowledge that you can then turn into wisdom. The Justice card is the crossing energy, is telling me that, Aquarius, maybe some of you have not actually figured out why you've gone through certain things, or maybe some of you continue to fall into the same cycles and you're not understanding why you can't come out of them. This Justice card is a crossing energy, so this is telling me that, Aquarius, you need to tap into your own energy, into your mental, and look at your own habits, look at your own thought patterns, look at the way that you do things, and see where you are flawed, see where you could change something to make positive things come about for you. This is a crossing energy that can be turned upright to become a supporting energy of this card on the positive side, okay? You just need to get to the wisdom. So those things that you have gone through, it's time to take a sit down, journal, or call people up and talk and just discuss, or, you know, whatever you have to do to gain a better understanding of your own life experiences and why you are where you are now, your shadows. Acknowledge all of that, and then after acknowledging that, Aquarius, I believe that you can tap into this positive energy of alignment, positive energy of this 10, of this manifestation, independence, wrapping things up and moving on to the next, okay? This is the cleansing element. Aquarius, you can gain the wisdom through the knowledge, just through acknowledging what has happened and how you played a part and how everything else around you played a part. Gaining that knowledge will bring you to this cleansing point of this card, to where you can release the things that need to be released, those shadow things you can illuminate, and you can come into this positive energy, okay? Again, on my spreads I talk about turning that upright. It can become a supportive energy. You just have to gain the wisdom. The next card that you've got coming up in your spread, Aquarius, is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is in the position of where you need to look at things with a little bit of a broader with a little bit of a broader horizon, where you need to look at things kind of in the kind of in the aspect of the bigger picture. The 10 of Wands is a card that talks about being stagnant because of things that have been brewing and building up. So again, with this 10 of water card coming up here, again, I talked about a cleansing agent. I talked about looking at your shadows. This card talks about things building up. So Aquarius, if you feel like things have not been moving, even if they don't seem connected, literally almost everything is. If you feel like things haven't been moving for you in the way that you would have liked them to move, again, you have to take a step back and look at what has happened in your life and how these things happen and how they shaped your perspective and how they contributed to your habits and the way that you do things. You have to. This is a card of burdens. This is a card of feeling overwhelmed by all of the things that you have going on. So there are going to be things that come up that you're probably going to feel like, listen, I don't have time for this shit. I really didn't sign up to deal with all this or to revisit all of these things right now. But Aquarius, there is no time like the present, and there's no time like the present when it comes to releasing things at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So that tough energy, that stagnant energy, that heavy energy that you're feeling like you're gonna have to work through, instead of wallowing in it, again, take a look at the bigger picture. Look at, okay, I see why I'm dealing with all of this shit. Now I need to figure out how to work through it. Now I need to figure out how to illuminate the shadows, see what went wrong or see what caused this to happen. And then through those experiences and through just revisiting them and reflecting on them, start to look at solutions, start to look at what could have happened, how things could have gone, how I could have changed it. That's gaining knowledge, that's gaining wisdom, okay, you guys? As you gain that wisdom, you will be able to lift these wands and move them out of the way. This is another 10 card, so this is another card of wrapping things up so that you can move on to the next. And this comes with the fire element as well. The fire element is something that I also look at as a cleansing agent too. So this is looking at things at the bigger picture. All these burdens, look at them with the aspect of fire. You can burn these burdens, you can transmute that energy, but you just have to gain the wisdom. You have to gain the wisdom through the knowledge that you acquire through reflecting and revisiting on these things, okay? The next card that you have coming up is in the position of where you need to be more adventurous, where you need to take a leap of faith. And you've got the King of Swords. And the King of Swords finishes out the air suit. The sword suit, the air element. This is your element. This is your energy. This is where you need to take a leap of faith. This is where you need to be a little bit more adventurous, Aquarius. This is a card that talks about, or this is a card that comes with the energy of having clarity, understanding, and also seeing things for what they truly are, seeing things for how they truly happen and how they truly affected or brought you to the points that you're in. This is where you need to take the leap of faith. And I do understand that it's kind of hard to come into this energy without coming through this energy first. But remember that this is not a chronological spread. This is the energy you're supposed to tap into. This is the energy that is crossing you. So Aquarius, the leap of faith for you is to big up and tap into those memories, tap into those situations, tap into those relationships that are hard for you to deal with, that as I'm going through this video, for those of you that do feel like it's resonating with you, those things that are coming up that you're like, oh, if that's what's coming up, I know I don't want to deal with that. You might have to. And for you, the only way that you can release yourself of this 10 of Wands energy and tap into this 10 of water energy and turn this justice energy upright is to take the leap of faith and attack those things head on. So there are things, there are traumas, there are situations, there are perspectives, there are people, just anything that has contributed to the negative or dense energy that you carry around now, any chip that you have on your shoulder, anything that you feel like is a burden, anything that has contributed to it, Aquarius, during the Sagittarian lunar cycle, under this fire lunar cycle, with that fire, again, transmuting that energy, now is the time to say, okay, hey, I have got to deal with this. Dealing with those things, again, Aquarius, will bring you into really tapping into and embodying your energy in the most positive light and being able to tap into that 10 of water with the Justice card behind it as a supporting energy as opposed to a crossing energy, okay? And again, you've got a lot of, literally, your whole spread except for the crossing energy are ending cards. This card ends the air element, or the sword suit. This card ends the wands suit, disregarding the court cards. This card ends the earth suit, and this card ends the water suit. So this is endings for you, Aquarius. You've got to wrap some shit up, and with wrapping some shit up, you've got to release, and you've got to understand why you're releasing and why those things happened, okay? All right, the last card coming up for you guys in your spread is the 10 of Earth. The 10 of Earth is a positive card, and again, it is ending the earth element. I cannot talk, Aquarius. Take your air energy back, please, and thank you. This is a card that points to, again, the earth element has to do with our foundations, about, you know, our foundational thought process, because you have a lot of this air energy, has to do with our career, has to do with our finances, sometimes our relationships. But this is a card that just is a reminder that says, hey, everything is coming together. Things are happening as they are happening because they're supposed to. These things are happening for you to tap into your energy and embody it at its highest potential, okay? And when you do that, understand, Aquarius, that everything that you want to work out, although it may not play out along the path as you thought it would, it will work out the way that it's supposed to, and the way that it's supposed to is the best way for you, okay? This card also says to trust the process. Okay, little Labrador eyeball said, hey, you're kicking too much game. This is a card that says to trust the process. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. All these dense ass energies that you're feeling, things that you know you got to work through or that you don't understand that you have to work through just yet, all these things that are popping up, these shadow things being illuminated, this feeling of having to gain a clear understanding, and just the heaviness and the confusion associated with it. Again, this is Sag energy, so it goes everywhere, okay? It's all happening for a reason. Trust the process. Understand that it's happening so you can be the King of Swords. And this doesn't mean that you have to be a man. This is just a masculine energy. Everything is happening for a reason. It's supposed to happen as it should, divine timing, and it will all come together, and you will see it all come together, and you will eventually start to understand why everything is happening. But just know that it is. Just trust life. I think I said in the Capricorn video that life is school. It's a never-ending cycle of lessons. We're always in a classroom. So again, trust the lessons that you're learning, and again, turn them into wisdom as opposed to just knowledge. All right, Aquarius. I hope that those cards provided you with the game that you needed. If you feel like you need a more in-depth reading or a personal reading, please feel free to check out my Etsy store. I have several personalized readings listed there. If you don't see anything on there, you can go on and send me an email. I can figure something out that way. If you like this video, please go on and give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. Now that Mercury retrograde is over and we're almost out the shadow, I got y'all on them response times, okay? If you have any Aquarian friends or people with a lot of Aquarius placements or friends with Aquarius partners that are trying to, you know, figure out what's going on, please send them this link, help them get their whole lives together. What else is it? Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are still listening to me talk. I can't see the timestamp, but I think we're 22 minutes in. If you're still listening to me talk, please go on and hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with when I put out new content. I've got a lot of changes coming up in this next year, a lot of new things that I'm excited about, and I would love for you guys to be there along with me on that journey. So hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Thank you guys so much so far for your support. Check out all of those videos that I mentioned. I think this fell out earlier when I was shuffling for you, and I was like, the Two of Cups fell out, and it means you guys are getting ready to come into some sort of alignment that you're supposed to be tapping into. Aquarius, things have got to change. The Two of Cups, you've got to move all of that shit out so you can come into your most intense, highest cosmic energy, resonate with your highest self, and fall into alignment with the things that you're supposed to do in this life, okay? Anyways, check out all of those videos that I mentioned at the beginning of this video at some point while I was shuffling. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time.